Hello, a very good afternoon, and welcome to Brian's cigarette box warning image rankings. We have 42 images as listed by the 2014 EU directive. So let's get straight into them. Which ones are our top 10? Which are our favourites? I will just say first off that this is being recorded using OBS, or as I like to say, using OBS to showcase my BS. So if anyone in the marketing department could just respond to my emails about possible sponsorship, that would be incredible. So let's get straight into them. Yeah. Coming up, number 10. Now this is a little bit of a controversial choice, I will say. Not as common, but I do think this gives me the feels of outtakes from Crystal Castle's seminal 2004 second album. Very sad. Flower on the gravestone and a nice hoodie, giving a bit of a kind of a throwback kind of a feel. Is that flannel? I don't really know. Bit of a lumberjack vibe. Anyway, his father is dead. Moving on. This one I think is the most artful of the images that we're going to see. Again, not as common, but it actually took me a while to realize I think there's a bit of digital image magicry going on because blowing smoke in your eyes will be quite painful, so they've had to do that digitally. I have no problem blowing smoke up people's arses though. Moving on. Number 8, it's wonderful to see Alexander Litvinenko getting a bit of a bump up. It's been a while since he left us, RIP to a main one, but lovely, austere, particularly love the makeup they've used on his face, even though they probably didn't need to use makeup because he was poisoned, so I'm sure he just looked like that anyway. Smoking causes 9. Yeah, well that's fairly obvious. Number 7, it's great that they've gotten one of the Unbelievables here as well. So the casting list for some of these images is just remarkable. Also, why are you doing CPR? He's very clearly dead. Why is he wearing a shower cap? Was he in the shower? We don't know. Lots of questions to be answered. A lot of intrigue and mystery behind this image. Coming at number 6 now, I particularly love this. I don't know how they've managed to get Diego Luna involved here, but they have. It's a massive, massive coup. This is one of maybe a number of Smoke Baby images that we will see. That's a very sad baby, I will say. A very angry baby. Angry babies, I don't know if you work in the baby casting world, difficult to get an angry baby. You get a sad baby, a cry baby, but an angry baby is very very interesting. Also, I love how Diego's just willingly blowing smoke. Wondering, is that digital as well? Is there some kind of CGI? Who's the CGI whiz behind all these? Your smoke harms your children, family, and friends. I like the red, the use of the red in that. I know that's something that you see across all of the images, but the use of the red is it's punchy. It's punchy. Again, angry baby. Top marks. Number 6. Number 5 now. Smoking causes strokes and disability. This could be me after coming in from a night on the shandies and after confusing my friend's bag of racket with something else that is usually used on cats and horses. Distress again, white face, of the emotion conveyed by the woman, the lack of emotion conveyed by the man. Sitting beside a radiator, like I don't really understand why beside the radiator. Surely that would be more uncomfortable, but then again, I don't make the decisions. Also, look, she's kind of getting the leg over a little bit. It's a bit of a necrophiliac here. Well, he's not dead yet, we'll say. But yeah, certainly some odd consent things there, which is why it comes in at number 5. Number 4. Now, this is, I think, we're getting into some of the gammier territories here. This particularly looks like something I was served in Zaytoon a couple of weekends ago. A dirty doner, but certainly not great for your legs, but great in a kebab. I particularly love the kind of the brownness around. You just want to see a man just cut that with a knife, just cut the whole thing off, which is actually what they will do. They will just amputate. Coming in at number 3. Yes, smoking increases the risk of impotence. This also could be me after a few nights on the shandies in my little fetal ball position, farting out little asteroids of methane. Just a wonderful framing, I think. Love how the camera is coming from a high angle. We're not just the usual. And he's a very sad man. and I'd be in that position, but I think the nudity is an interesting addition here. I'm not really sure, would I be nude in that case? Has he just had a wank? Is there nobody else involved? We don't know. Rodan-esque, I would say, in this particular image. Now, coming in at number 2. Now, this is one most will be extremely common with. It's neck hole. What light through yonder window breaks, you know? Through a chink too wide, no wonder comes. You know, you want to get your head in there and just poke around and see what's cracking inside. I believe some quarters of the internet will refer to this as the nussy. As they say, bussin' for the nussin'. It's the wonder and the mystery, and I think a lot of these images don't really kind of get to us like this one does. I think it's an Alice in Wonderland type system, I guess. Coming in at number 1, yes indeed, it is Smoke Baby, the original. I think, like, mostly for me, what gets this to the top is the fact that it was probably put together by a transition year student interning at the European Union Health Department. The cigarette, it doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. It's like I would almost say it's a chode cigarette, but it's not a chode cigarette. Obviously, that would be quite impossible. But it's quite triangular at the base, and you're wondering, is that baby chewing on the? If the baby is chewing on the butt, then clearly the baby does not know how to smoke a cigarette. But sadness in his eyes as well. I think there is no magic in this one, but it's fun. There's a whole lot of fun going on there. I want to get one of those soothers now, even though they do not exist, because they have just been poorly put together by said transition year student. And that is it for Brian's cigarette box warning image rankings. Thank you very much. Join me again where I'll be talking through some of the best road crash ads of the 2000s. Shout out Fleetwood Mac if you are a fan. Best of luck.